In a world where demons and vampires roam the earth, there's only one Slayer. Hey.
I didn't know if you were gonna notice, but I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and like sit here and see how long it takes for her to realize that I'm on.
Can't fool me.
You know what I love about our videos?
What?
That they're so raw and gritty. Like, I don't get me wrong, like I love the production value of like some of the people that I watch on YouTube and everything like that. Um, but you know, I thought lost. Okay, so
It's
listen.
Monday. Rewind.
All right, rewind. So real quick. You remember how I've always had like bound up like scar tissue right here that's always hurt and like
Yeah.
was like restricting? Okay, so today I hit chest, and I grabbed some dumbbells, and I always just like everything feels really bound up, so I always just hold the weights and kind of let them like drop my shoulders down. And today I did it, and I just did it just right, and I felt it rip, like break loose, like it was like it literally was like, and I was like, oh, but it wasn't painful, but it was that like scar tissue feeling pop. Like, you know, when you're getting a deep tissue massage from like Jeannie or like Laurel or somebody, and
Mm-hmm.
you can feel it like breaking like fiberglass. That's what it felt like.
Feels like relief.
And I was like, oh man, yeah, and then it got like warm, and then just like remember when my tricep was messed up, and I
Mm-hmm.
told you like if I got that fresh blood fill back to that muscle, and I was like instantly like it got engorged, and I was like, ooh, so I didn't hit no more chest, but yeah, it
That's
felt pretty
wild.
good. I don't know
Oh,
where I was going. Yeah,
that's gross. I mean, it's
so
good, but it's gross. Ugh.
yeah, I had a I had a really good workout. And then I went on like an even longer walk, and then we went and got some food. So I just had some steak and rice. So that's why I think I'm a little foggy, because like I'm starting to come down from the pre-workout and the carbohydrate levels are. So
Yeah.
let's rewind. All right. It only took
Oh,
3 minutes of babbling.
oh
Oh,
my gosh.
how,
um,
how was your week?
it was good. Nothing real exciting. We went to that called Pig Out. It's kind of like
Good.
Feather Fiesta Days or Salmon Festivals. It was
Yeah.
overwhelming. We didn't
Yeah.
know anybody, so we were only there for like an hour. Got food, listened to music. Rails never tried a funnel cake, so I was like, you have to try a funnel cake, but they're different out here. So there was an Oreo one. I
Really?
thought they're just going to sprinkle like little Oreos on it. They were like, no, you want whipped cream? You want Hershey sauce? You want Oreos? Boom. They just caked that sucker on, and it messed me up, but it's worth it.
I bet. I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. That's good. How's your workouts been?
Really good. I pushed myself today. Um, there's because in the morning I know everybody that works out, so like sometimes we start chit chatting. So I've been doing the barbell hip thrust, but I skipped that today and I did extra lunges instead, just because I was kind of on time crunch after this person was talking to me. But
Yeah. Kind of like the Anytime Fitness vibes. Why I left there, because everybody would just sit and talk to you.
yeah, and I'm like, bro, I come an hour before
Yeah.
work. I only have this hour, but he's super sweet, and really, I can go over that hour because I can stop and go help somebody and then go
Yeah.
back to it. But
Yeah. But you're a professional and you don't. Ugh,
yeah,
my hair. My hair's already gotten long. I literally cut my hair like a week and a half ago. I don't even
chia
think it's
pet.
been 2 weeks since Shane cut my hair. Because I cut my hair what? I cut my hair on the 12th. What are we on the 25th?
Yeah. It's all that
Yeah,
extra sun,
yeah.
that
Shane
vitamin
cut
D
my
you're
hair on
getting.
the. I'm telling you, I'm getting dark. I gotta like walk around in a wife beater, or sorry, gender neutral beater, um, so I can like start to tan my arms too.
Make everything match a little bit more.
That's yeah. I've had a really good week in the gym too. Like I've been consistent for the last month. Like looking at it, like I'm 25 days into doing cardio.
That's actually really
This
awesome
is
for
the
you.
longest. I know this is the longest I've done cardio since the last time I competed.
Damn. When did you last compete? Way before I knew you.
2000, 2016.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've just been a big old hairy butterball.
A butterball.
Yeah. I hit 3 sets. 2 or 3. I think I hit 3 sets. 225 on incline bench. Felt super easy. Everything's just feeling really, really good. I hit
Ooh, I gotta tell you
three
something.
plates. What's up?
Since you said 225, I don't think I told you this. So there's this guy. I know he won't watch this. I'm not gonna say his name. But in the gym, he's a big dude. Like, he works out. And he warms up with
Mm-hmm.
275 on the bench. And so he's there. Luckily, I was outside. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't see this, but I saw the video of it. And he's sitting there adjusting his hands. And he goes to come down and he's all the way up. And it literally falls out of his hands from his arms all the way up and just boom. And then you see him grab it and he like lifts it and throws it. And I come to the aftermath where he's like, hurled over and he's just like, oh. And the guy's like, he just dropped this on him. And so he wasn't going to go to the doctors at first, but everybody convinced him. And luckily it just bruised. But the video was gnarly. It happened in like a split second. Like one guy was like, even if I was spotting him, I couldn't have caught that. It was just like boom, boom.
Yeah.
But the doctor said his chest was so big it caught it.
Yeah. Because he probably got a contusion where it's a bruising of the inner
Yeah.
and instead of the outer. I did the same thing. I fell off of a rail back when I was in high school because I used to be a little skater kid. So I hit this rail one day, and I hit it, and I was like, hell yeah! And then these like cute chicks came up, so I was like, I'm gonna show off and do it again.
Oh,
and I
no.
shouldn't have. And the second time I did, I slipped off and I hit my chest, and I got a contusion. That shit hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It didn't look like it felt
okay,
good.
so like it's hot. It's hot out there too, right? So I imagine his hands are slippery. Like
A little bit. It wasn't terrible. He comes in around he came around noon, so it wasn't too hot. But it was just weird watching the video because he was just adjusting and it just, when he pulled it off, it just slid right out. Just like perfectly. He's like, I had no idea how it even happened. And I was like, I don't know, man. But ooh, it's gnarly.
That's why like when anytime I barbell bench, I always like grip and then like I'll grip again and then I'll tighten the scapula and lift off, but I keep my wrist locked straight and as soon as I grip, I'm there because you can't have that
I do
bar
the same
slip.
thing. Yeah, ever since like you taught me how to do it like that, that's the same way I do it. I always grip it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, ooh. A poor guy. He's still coming in, but he's just taking it easy.
Man. Yeah, I know. So that's what I told little Cammie today because she's been coming with me for the last I think we're going on like almost week 4. I told her, I said, I think this is the first time I hit chest. I haven't hit chest in probably like a week or 2. And I think I'm not going to hit any pectoral and maybe even front delt and just let it just like heal. And just that way, like because I don't want to like risk anything. Because I was going to go to the Lion's Den tomorrow. So, but I think I'll wait and go next week.
What's the Lion's Den?
It's the old NS Fit in Chico. It's called the Lion's Den now, and it's becoming like more of like a hardcore bodybuilder type gym. Chris is training out of it.
I was gonna say, is that where Chris is at?
Out of it.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay.
Yeah, and they have like an actual seal row, so I was like, sweet, I want to try the seal row. So I'm definitely gonna go and check it out. And it's only $10 for a day pass, so it's like it's not that bad.
It's always fun to try out different gyms with different equipment.
Yeah, that's what we used to do back in the day. Liz and Mikey and me, like we literally just traveled around. Like me, Mikey, and Kendrick used to go to Gridley, to that little gym that's across the street from the school.
The
I forget what
school.
it's called, but yeah, they've got some good equipment, like some old school good equipment in there that you can't find nowhere else. So it was like some days we would travel all the way down there to hit back and hit legs, because they had some cool like hack squat machines, and they had some good hammer strength machines before Lord's Gym came into town. So that we would have to drive all the way to Gridley to hit like, back and legs sometimes. And then we'd go to Chico and hit like chest and shoulders and sometimes legs, at the old, what was it? It was NS Fit, right? Before, yeah, I think it was NS Fit. So yeah, it was. It was called NS Fit, because then we would travel down to Yuba City and go to the Yuba City NS, and then we'd even go to In Motion in Chico every once in a while. But that place is like too like,
It's bougie.
I don't know. Like it's a very very nice gym, but it's
Yeah.
very very crowded, and I'm
When
just
I
like,
went
nah,
to
man, I'm cool.
cosmetology school, it was right across the street from there, and I'd get lunch over there because they had good food. But I would walk in, I'm like, dude, this is a
Yeah,
wild gym. It was nice, but
yeah,
too
yeah,
much.
yeah, super nice. All right, let's get into it. Give the people what they want. Episode 6.
Yeah. Yeah, six. Yeah, six
Where
is six.
should we start? Where should we start?
Well, how's it start? Oh, well, they get dropped off, and you meet the Great Mothers, right? That's what they're called.
Yes.
Which I was stoked
Yes.
about seeing them. I almost lost my cool.
Oh, I really liked them. Yeah, we should just talk about like the Night Sisters and their magic. So
Yeah.
the first thing I want to bring up is, so there's an old like novelization of stormtroopers that are resurrected and they're zombies. And then somebody kind of put on like Instagram that they're called night troopers. The
Mm-hmm.
before I even seen anything on social media, before I even like anything like that, like when I'm watching the episode with Lena, I'm like, their walk is funny. It was the first thing that I thought, the way that they walk,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
And the
like,
way they're
why are they
chanting.
walking? Yeah. I was like, why are they walking funny? And the first thing that I thought of was the zombies. And then like a day later I got on Instagram and somebody had like screenshotted the caption and it said like night troopers yelling or something. And I was like, ooh, I wonder if they're gonna play on like that, and the Night Sisters enchanted them and stuff.
Well, then it
Because
makes
I
sense
was
too
like, the
with
first,
the Marok character. I mean, they made him seem like he's gonna be a huge character, but I think that was just to show when he died and a little, smoke came out of him. I think
mm-hmm,
that was just a piece of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Because yeah,
because
those mother truckers are
they
dead.
did the same. Yeah, they did the same thing in Clone Wars with Savage
Oh
and
yeah,
Maul. You know, they
yeah.
used their dark magic to put them back together, and then you notice when Obi-Wan cuts them down, the green smoke, you know, disappeared, and then they're like when their limbs got cut off and stuff like that, or like when Savage died and it all just went away. After, if nobody's seen it, Palpatine kills Darth Maul's brother. Spoiler, but it was 7 years ago, so you should have known if you really
Yeah,
are a real
same.
Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it is pretty cool, because the first thing I thought was like, okay, so they've been stranded for 10 years. One, how do they still have enough fuel to
Mhm.
pilot his ship? Two, their provisions on deck, like how many provisions are there? Is there even enough food? So I was like I could see him killing off a majority of his people to preserve himself, because he doesn't know how long he's going to be there, but enlisting the Night Sisters for their dark magic, like how he said, because it's like, yeah, he has his crew under them, but you don't got to feed them, you don't got to give them water, so therefore you can preserve yourself for however long it's going to take for them to come get you.
And somebody pointed out too how some of them had the red around them, like the Night Sisters' robes. So I wonder if they use, it's like a
Yeah.
sign of, they're using that. And then somebody else was thinking
Mm-hmm.
because it seemed like Thrawn was almost hinting that maybe Ezra isn't who she thinks he is anymore because everyone wants him to be bad, so who knows? But they're like, let's say he is, or he's
Yeah.
more powerful now. Maybe he killed off a bunch of them too to, save himself. And
Yeah.
then so they had to resurrect him.
Yeah, because he even said that, like, my forces have dwindled. Like, no, we'll just send out one battalion with them. Like, we're not going to send any
Yeah.
more.
And then
Which, hold up. Wait 1 second. Let's
okay.
just bring up the fact that we have to communicate better. And so I don't get spoilers
I told you,
from you.
I'm just never gonna say anything unless I know for sure, or I will ask you, are you watching the episode right now? I was just assumed. I
I
got
know. It's like,
excited.
so, yeah. I had like, I don't even remember what I was doing last Tuesday, but I had something that I had to do. So I was in the middle of something, and then I was like, don't sit down because you're already tired. And I knew that, like, if I sat down and watched the episode right when it came out, I would have fallen asleep. And then I would have just been like, woke up at like midnight or something, 1 o'clock, and then stayed up all night because my sleep schedule's been a little wonky. So I was like, I'm going to put Kill Tony on because I was so busy Monday. I didn't even get to watch my Kill Tony podcast. And like, I was like cleaning my room or something. And then you sent me that, and I was like, bro, I was like,
I'm
it's Bad
sorry.
Batch all over again. So
Oh
I'm
my
like,
gosh.
good thing we only have 2 more episodes, and the last episode we're gonna watch together.
Yeah.
But
I felt so bad. I
I
was
was
like,
dying. I was
ah.
dying.
But you were right. He had
Yeah,
an army.
I, yeah, I told you. I told you. My
Oh my
predictions are
god.
pretty good.
They are.
What did he say? I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me.
Yeah.
Um, no, no, but yeah, and it's just anyways. But I just had to bring that up, because it was funny.
Like I said, I'll make sure next
Um,
time. If you're not watching it, I won't send you anything.
yeah,
Oh, but I wanted to say the character Enoch, the main dude, the gold dude,
yeah,
golden
yeah.
face. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's very interesting because, like, in the Bible, there's a book of Enoch. Enoch is Noah's grandfather. But I was reading more about it because my mom's all into that religion stuff. And so, um, Enoch technically never died. God took him from earth because he didn't want him to experience death. And so I thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, so he has to be dead and resurrected. And then, because I
Yeah,
know Dave Filoni and them, they play
there's
around with names and, everything means something.
yeah,
So I think
yeah,
he's definitely dead.
yeah. Uh, so I was thinking, because all the troopers, I have to watch it again. I mean, I've watched it like 2 or 3 times, but I don't remember any of the troopers really saying anything except for the chant of Thrawn, except
Mm-hmm.
for Enoch. Enoch's the only one who actually has real dialogue that speaks. So I'm wondering if they're all like night troopers except for him, and he's one of the last living people.
Maybe he's almost like a Grievous or something, or Vader, like where he's still kind of alive, but their magic might be helping
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
just to keep him alive.
yeah, yeah,
Like he's on
yeah,
that
to
verge.
sustain his life form.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cool character, though. I think
That's
he's
what
gonna
I
be
was
real
like.
cool.
Yeah, I do like how they're all similar, but there's a couple of them that stand out,
Mm-hmm.
like with the all blue helmet, Trooper, Enoch, all of them. I know they to this week. Hasbro had a PulseCon, and they unveiled the Black Series Shin Hati and Balin
Oh, shit.
figures, and I was like, I liked the Balin. Their lightsabers, for some reason, the blades are ridiculously long, but I hate the Shin Hati. Like, they did her so wrong because her face is very smooth and doesn't have a lot of structure. So her face falls flat on the action figure, and her hair, the way that they sculpted it, it looks horrible. I'm gonna have to screenshot
Oh,
it later and send you a picture of it because it looks so
she
bad.
gets her own action figure and it
Um,
looks dumb.
yeah, literally, I was like, what is this crap? It was so bad, so bad. But what did you think of what do you think about Balin and Shin? Shin seemed to not like the fact that they were gonna turn on Sabine after
Hmm.
Thrawn said that. Did you notice that? Did you catch that? I was
Yeah,
like,
she seemed very
ooh, I was like, her.
hesitant about his whole plan. Like, or she just doesn't, they're just not on the same page for sure. Because I think he either wants to wipe
Yeah,
out
she didn't.
all, I don't think he wants to wipe out Jedi. Somebody was saying something about, I don't know, maybe make his own type of something or other. I don't know. Could be anything.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see. I don't know what he wants to do. Like how
Right?
he like. So he's very adamant. He's very adamant about how he said, you know, like all you and your master brought was death and destruction. And it's just kind of like, yeah, like you're right. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna send you on Instagram. Their action figures. So you just scroll through the picture, and you'll see her. I hate the way they did her hairline. But and he's just like all you got. All it follows is just tell me how bad that looks.
That looks so bad. Yeah, and Balin looks good. Like, he looks decent. She looks
Yeah,
terrible. Doesn't even look like her.
yeah. That's why I was like, well,
Redo,
that
guys,
just saved me
redo.
20. Yeah, literally. I was like, that just saved me $27.99. Um,
Yeah, he looks good, but
I was like,
not
man,
Shin. Poor Shin.
but yeah, but I just where was I going with that? Oh, about how he was. Sorry, rewind. Uh, take three. Um, yeah, I just think like he he's tired of the death and destruction, and so I'm wondering like who died, because if he was a general, he wasn't a Padawan. Because some people said like, oh, you were a Padawan. He was probably a Padawan. This, and that. And then when Thrawn seen him, he's like, oh, General Balin Skull, you know. And so he was a general, so that means he was a Jedi Knight. Um, and then how he said like some few lived to see what he became. So I'm wondering if he's one of the ones who Vader tried to hunt down, and then I'm like, was he an Inquisitor for a minute and then got away or something? You know, because there's
Like,
still
he's
some
seen
Inquisitors
something.
that were unnamed. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where he's gonna go with that. So
Because he obviously has a bad taste of them in his mouth. Because he's like, no, no. Like, when she was
literally,
like,
yeah,
what did
literally,
she say about being trained or something like that? He's like, no, I trained you to be greater or something, or to be better. And I was
yeah,
like, oh.
yeah. And he called Ezra a Boken, a
Mm-hmm.
Boken Jedi, not broken,
Because
but Boken. Like,
they were the ones that they weren't trained in the Jedi temple. They were like the rogue, not rogue. I looked it up, but something like that.
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I concur.
I concur.
That's how you say it, right?
I
But
think
yeah, I
so.
was just like, damn. But I am interested to see where everything's gonna go. I'm like, man. So I'm like, so she's gonna show up. I'm thinking she's gonna show up. They're gonna fight. They're gonna see Ezra and Sabine. Maybe Thrawn and his people are gonna turn on them. Balin's gonna sacrifice himself for Shin, and then I don't know.
Yeah, so it says the Boken
I
Jedi,
don't know.
he sees them as fake Jedi because they weren't trained in the Jedi Order. They're
Yeah,
trained out in the wild.
yeah, yeah,
But see, I don't know because I don't know. Maybe Ezra will be bad or something, or maybe he'll be more powerful. Because I mean, if you really think about how powerful he was before, and he's had all this time to himself, what else is
yeah.
he gonna do? You know? I don't want to necessarily
master
see
his
him
abilities, you
bad.
know?
Yeah, but I do want to. I'd be cool to see him have more power.
Yes, it would. It really would.
Yeah. I liked
I wonder. I wonder.
Sabine's little dog. He was cute. Like
Yeah,
dog, horse, friggin' alligator thing.
definitely. A bat. A bat.
Yeah, it was cute.
So I know it's funny too, because like I went online and everybody's like, "We need these action figures. We need these action figures," and I'm just like, bro, I'm like, Hasbro hasn't even put out key characters of certain shows and movies. What do you think you're gonna get some random, little turtle rocks? So
Those things were cute too.
yeah. And I was like, well, we probably will see them, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know, man. I really liked the episode. I watched it twice. I'll probably watch it one more time before it comes on tomorrow night. I don't have any plans tomorrow night, so it should be good. Um,
I'll probably watch it at work again before. Randall asked, he was just like, was it a good episode? I said, yeah. I mean, I don't think anything in the top episode 5, because that was like, once in a lifetime crazy episode. Because he really
yeah,
liked that episode.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
he liked this
I'm
episode
wondering
too.
if I feel like we're gonna see Anakin again too.
I think so. A little something, something.
Yeah.
I
And
just
then I
wonder
was
what it's
like,
going to be
what if?
like when Ahsoka gets here. Fuck shit
What if
up.
she sacrifices? What if she sacrifices herself and she becomes the sister leading up after this?
Oh, that'd make me cry. Well, people keep saying. They keep
Okay,
saying.
so because look, so Ezra needs his lightsaber back, and Sabine has it. So what lightsaber is Sabine gonna have? I think that's
Ahsoka's.
going to. I'm going to. I think I'm going to predict her sacrificing herself and telling Hu
Why?
Yang.
Because she's the white now? Come on.
Yeah, I think so.
And then she's going to see Anakin
So
again?
yeah, look at the way Filoni set it up from the Clone Wars. The sister she saved Ahsoka's life for a reason, and she embodied partially herself into her. And that's why the owl has always been around and has always followed her. You know what I mean? And Anakin was always set up to take over as the father. Now, my only question is, who's going to be the son?
Let's say, who's the son? Ezra? Nah. Someone said Balin. I was
Ben.
like, Ben.
Ben.
Wait, Ben. When is this timeline?
So Ben Solo later on.
Oh,
And
okay.
that's why they're still in balance until Ben sacrifices himself.
That'd be wild. Well, we'll have to see.
And then my other thought was, so they've already announced that they're going to make more Rey Skywalker movies, right? And she's going to battle some new thing after she rebuilds a Jedi Order. So then I was also thinking, what if they just never make it off the planet? Like, what if they just get stuck there? They all get stuck there, and then Thrawn makes it back. And then somehow she makes it out there and finds them.
That'd be crazy. Somebody else said that too. They commented on, I posted that video on TikTok today too. And they commented that. They're like, I wonder if they're setting it up to where all of them, Rey and all of them are going to meet. And eventually, all that's going to work out. I'm like, well, it is Star Wars. Everything goes together.
Yeah. Yeah. What was their? Were they the Yu Vong? Yu Vong, I think is the name of them. I don't know. They were like this clone race in the EU that Luke and them fought. I think they were called the Yuvong, something like that. But I was like, that would be kind of cool if they brought that back, and that, because the Dark Times are good comics. Dark Empire, I think, is the other one that I have that was really good. It's where they clone and stuff like that. So I don't know. There's a bunch they could
Oh,
pull
I read
from.
that one. That's one that one of my coworkers let me
Yeah,
borrow.
yeah. So I don't know. I still think that the Empire is going to end up fighting Mandalorians. So
That'd be dope.
now that Mandalore is back, I think the word's going to spread, and I think all the Mandalorians that have been in exile over the years are going to make their way back to Mandalore. Bo's going to reunite everybody, and they're going to be one clan.
You think Boba Fett's gonna come?
And no, he doesn't. He doesn't care. He's just happy in his little smug part of the galaxy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess he came back as Rex, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It is going to be interesting because, there's going to be another season of Bad Batch. So, what continuity in Bad Batch is going to help tie in the gaps?
I didn't even think about that. I forgot there was gonna be another season. Are they only doing 3 or are they doing
Yeah.
4? Do you know?
I think they're doing 3.
Okay, that's what I thought too. I won't ruin
Yeah.
that for you. If there's 2 episodes, I'll make sure you
It's
watch
okay.
both of them.
I'm just going to pay attention better. I try. So whenever we're watching any of these shows, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, anything like that, I always stay off of social media the day it comes out. So typically on Tuesdays, I wouldn't watch it until midnight because generally I'd wake up, go to the gym, come home, get ready for work, go to work, and then come home and watch it. So I would go all day without any social media so I wouldn't get any spoilers. And then I even stopped looking into like the episodes, the timeline, how long it's going to run and stuff, because I just kind of like started to get a little disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, there's only this many episodes, they're only 33 minutes long, or you know what I mean? So then
Mhm.
I was just like, just go into it with no uh
Like expectations.
pre-existing like, yeah, or any hope or anything like that, and just enjoy it. So, but come
I
6
think that's what
p.m.
a lot of
tomorrow,
people do.
boop.
Yeah, a lot of people I think do that. They go so
Yeah,
into it and read all these things and get all these theories to the point where it's like, when it doesn't happen, you're upset and you're like, well, like just
yeah,
because you thought that was going to happen didn't mean it was going to.
yeah, yeah. They built up an expectation inside of themselves that they just can't meet, or the show's
Yeah.
not going to be able to meet. You know what I
Well,
mean?
even everybody that
That's
wanted
why
a
it's
Force
so it's so
Ghost
in.
Anakin, and I'm like, we got something way better. And everyone's like, I only want a Force Ghost. And I'm like, this was way better.
Yeah, yeah. That's why reading books is way more enjoyable when it comes to it, as opposed to like watching a movie. It's like in the book you can like dream up and think and use your imagination of the whole thing. And then it's like when you go to watch it in a movie, you're like, well, actually, technically, it wasn't like that in the book. One,
That's me with Harry Potter.
yeah,
Come on, the book they actually did
yeah,
this is this.
yes, yeah. You're like, actually, it's Hollow Crocs, not Cron.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I tried a new supplement.
Yeah.
I actually tried Gorilla Mode pre-workout.
Never heard of that.
I like it. Lean Beef Patty, that one influencer on Instagram. She lifts weights and stuff. She like
Lean
promotes
beef
it,
patty.
sponsored by it, whatever. Yeah, she's like this little short 5 foot girl who lifts. Um, but she's like adorable. She's like wears glasses and stuff. But I looked at it and I was like, well, it looks pretty good. Like a lot of people. So I actually bought some. I went half with a friend so that if I didn't like it, at least I wasn't really wasting my money. Um,
True. Oh, I know who this is. Yeah.
yeah. I like it. It's pretty good. one scoop's like 175 grams of caffeine. So I do like
It's
a
not bad.
little more than 1.5. Yeah. So, but I wasn't trying to do 2 scoops. So that's like 350. I was like, I'm not trying to die.
Oh, it's not that
Um,
expensive.
no, it's not. It's not at all. It's actually kind of inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's good though. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Like it literally just made me feel the focus that I get from it um is good, you know. I'm trying to like not cast a shadow. There we go.
That's
Oh,
like a
I'm sore.
that girl's been on a lot of people's shows and stuff because everyone's like, is she natural or is she not? And she's just like doesn't care. But I'm like, good for you, girl.
No.
Oh, she's
Here
natural.
here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Um, a, a huge population isn't natural at the end of the day. Whether it's SERMs, pro hormones, actual steroids, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Um, and at the end of the day, it's nobody's business. It's not your body. You know what I mean? If you did choose to do a supplement, you know the risks that you run and that. But I also can see the controversy of people making money off of
Yeah.
how well their bodies look and the unrealistic expectations that the average person who is not, I guess, like hasn't been in the industry long enough to know and see the difference where it could be falsifying.
Yeah. Well, like the Liver King.
But
But she's also not promoting like
the thing
him, for
is,
example. You know.
yeah, yeah.
But I get
And
it
it's
because
just
she's
one
like
of those things
21.
too where it's,
But some people have great
yeah,
genetics.
yeah. Yeah. Look at Zoe. She is a
Yeah.
genetic freak. That kid does not work out and she is ripped
And that's
and
this
she's
girl.
strong. I was just talking about this. You know what I mean? Like some people are
And
just
she has
genetically
been
gifted.
since I've known her because I remember her just being like
Yeah.
weirdly strong.
Yeah. And everybody is so quick to just want to throw out the S card
Yeah.
all the
That's why I
time.
like her
That's
because on
everybody's go
TikTok,
to. That's everybody's go
all
to.
her videos and stuff, she's not, you can just tell it doesn't phase her. She's like, whatever. You can think I'm on stuff. You can think I'm not. I'm just out here lifting weights and having a
Yeah.
good time. I'm all good for you, girl. You lift those
Yeah.
weights.
I remember having a conversation with I believe it was Caitlin, who used to work out at Any Time with us, and she was the power lifter. And I remember having a conversation with her once she found out what Anavar was and how she was so shocked to find out how many female competitors actually take Anavar and how much of um, she thought they were cheaters and how it was unfair and that it put her at a disadvantage. I remember all of that and just listening to her talk and understanding where she was coming from because she is a natural competitor, um, which I totally get. But in the same aspect, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, people are competitive. People have been taking steroids since forever. Google
We're
it.
just more open
You
about
know
it
what I
now.
mean? Yeah,
Back then, they weren't
literally.
even open
Not
about it.
us as is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, like, look, look how the Germans stomped us, and then they found out, you know, that they were all on gear, and everybody else jumped on gear after that Olympics. I forget which Olympics it was, but it's just one of those scenes where it's like the average gym enthusiast who has no idea about competing, has never competed, just sees inspirational people online, will be shocked to find out how much it is used in the industry.
Mhm.
Um,
Because if you don't know, you can't spot it.
so
Like someone like you and I, it's a little bit easier. I feel like it's easier with men. Nah, you can tell with females. But yeah, you can kind of spot who's
yeah,
more natural and who's not natural. But someone that doesn't go to the
Yeah.
gym and is in that lifestyle, they don't really know. They're just like, that person looks good and I want to look like you, not realizing that you got to take
Yeah.
stuff to look like that.
Yeah. And that's where I totally understand that, like, it could be false advertisement for a reason. But a lot of people don't realize too is this, like, the diet, the sleeping pattern, the not drinking alcohol, the not doing drugs, the not hanging out with your friends, the not going out to the clubs, the regiment that you have to put yourself on to obtain the body is a lifestyle. And a lot of people don't understand that. They don't get that. You know what I mean? Like,
You have
they
to be
think
willing to
that, oh yeah,
trade
you're just
things
gonna,
or sacrifice.
yeah, like they're just, yeah, and they just think that, like, oh, these people are just injecting something into themselves, going to the gym, and they're getting, fake muscles, and that's what they're doing. They don't see that.
Mm-hmm. That was me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it does suck sometimes. Well, it does suck. It does. Like, but when you have that goal in mind, it's bigger than all those things that you're missing out on. Because even like, I hated when people would make comments like, you always go to the gym, or you don't need to go to the gym. You went yesterday, or you go all week, or, I hated that because I'm like, you guys just don't understand like what I'm trying to do. I can't just not go to the gym. I can't just not, eat this food. I have to eat this. Like, I can still go out with you to a restaurant, but I'm gonna have to bring my own food. I'm just gonna have to be that person. But I guess it was more frustrating that they just didn't understand when they'd say little comments. I'm just like, I don't make fun of your lifestyle. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. But it's true. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But mentally, like you said, you don't beat yourself up for it anymore. But I don't think, because I'm the same way. Like now I'm totally okay if I do miss a day, but it does throw it off. But I think we wouldn't be like that if we didn't go through that very competitive stage where we were like, this is what I have to do. Because now we've done that, where now it's like, okay, I understand that a day or two is not going to be the end of the world, you know? But that's why like people at the gym, like this girl that's kind of obsessed with working out, people kind of not mean to her, but like they'll talk to me about it. They're like, I don't know, I think she's overdoing it. I'm like, she is kind of overdoing it. I agree, but I was that person too. So I'm not gonna sit there and judge her for wanting, she found a passion, a love, and it's new to her and she wants to be in here all the time. Like, and then she was like, my legs aren't growing, this isn't doing this fast enough. I'm like, I was that girl. Like, she's gonna go through it. Let her go through it. She's not hurting herself. You know? Yep. Just keep going. Exactly. Yeah. It is skin. It's supposed to be there. Mm-hmm. God, girls really do that. Well, that girl that used to train that she thought her back was fat. You're like, no, it's muscle. She's like, I want to get rid of this back fat. And you're like, that is not back fat. Yeah, us females, we're a little crazy. Mhm. Oh man, it is. Our minds, man. Right. I remember those pep talks. I get all discouraged. Yeah, then the me saying my legs got too small. You're like, shut up, Brian. Your legs are fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I remember I got frustrated when I couldn't do the booty pop thing. And you're like, Mariah, those girls don't have hamstrings. That's why they can pose like that. I was like, oh, okay. And I felt way better. I saw that. Yeah. Well, that's good. I saw Brenda was in it. That's cool. I thought it was cool that the owner remembered me. Yes. Star Wars conversations. ASMR. What should we start with? Let's do creatures. Imagine there's a valuable relic hidden somewhere in a Wampa's cave. What's your plan to retrieve it without being caught by the snow beasts? I'm just gonna say right now, I would die. There's no way I could sneak into that cave. So I'm dead. Let it go in first. It just says the snow beast, so probably only one. Like I said, I would die. Because I'm not very stealthy. I would probably trip over the snow and roll into it, and then it would eat me. So I'm not gonna pretend that. Yeah, I'd win that. Characters. Ooh. Do you think Ahsoka Tano is still a Jedi? Is still a Jedi, even though she chose to leave the Order? Why or why not? No, she's not a Jedi. Colt. True. Yeah, being that strict path. I agree with that. What's this one? Okay, third one, final one. The Galaxy. A tour guide can show you the secrets of only one building from Star Wars. Which structure do you choose? Ooh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. See, I want to say no. You go ahead. It was crowding them. because they were used to always feeling that. Freaking Palpatine, man. He knew. He knew. He was good. He was good. Huh. Obviously. See, I don't know where I'd want to go. There's so many different buildings I want to see. Can I just go to a bedroom? What's up? So that's what you want to see? Yes, please. And can I take the sheets with me? Thank you. That or where does Padme live? Does she live in a castle? It's not a castle. A temple? Whatever. I think I always just thought any like Naboo building would be cool to see because it's pretty, you know. Or Mustafar. Mustafar. Vader's castle would be dope. And me at Mariah Love Fit and TikTok Mariah Love 575. I think that's all I have. Yeah, it's what TikTok gave me because I was late to the game. I post on there, but I'm not really on it that often. Randall sends me a bunch of videos and I watch that, but I don't really scroll through it too much. It's addicting. Yeah, smart. Smart, 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 smart. All right, sounds good. May the force be with you. Always. Bye.
May the force be with you.